Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful, cloudy San Antonio, Texas. The second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I have a short, sweet, simple statement for you to meditate on, for you to ruminate on, for you to discourse throughout the day with the dialect going on in your mind, and it is this statement: do not let the world change your heart and mind, but let your heart and mind change the world. Don't let the world change your heart and mind. Let your heart and mind change the world. What exactly does that play out like in real life? Well, I'm really glad you asked, and I'll answer that question. It's very closely related to the concept that I discourse around a thermostat versus a thermometer. A thermometer is passive. A thermometer is reactive. It simply goes up or down, up or down, up or down in temperature based on what's going on around it. And most people on planet Earth are thermometers. Depending on what's going around them, they are up or down, up or down, up or down. It creates chaos over the long term. It creates victimhood over the long term because people come to a place that they believe, he made me mad, that made me mad, that made me sad, that made me sad, that made me happy, that made me angry, and the finger is pointed outward towards things you cannot control that you have given permission to control you. You don't ever want to give things you cannot control permission to control you. You, my friend, have the power to make decisions. You have the power to decide how you are going to respond in a situation. If somebody is ugly to you, they didn't make you mad. You chose anger as a response, as a reaction. You could have chosen grace. You could have chosen mercy. You could have chosen forgiveness. You have the ability to choose and decide. So when you let the world change your heart and mind, you are taking circumstances, news networks, gossip. You are letting things outside of yourself that you cannot control your heart and mind. Therefore, you are giving up your right, your God-given right to exercise one of the greatest gifts God has given you, which is free will, the ability to choose yourself. Viktor Frankl, one of the only survivors of the Holocaust who lost all of his family, wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And in that book, he stated the last great option that we have as human beings is the ability to choose how we are going to respond to any given situation. You have the ability to decide. Do not let the world change your heart and mind for the worse. Let your heart and mind change the world for the better. When is it okay to let the world change your heart and mind? When you are seeking inspiration, motivation, spiritual growth, personal development, when you are looking to live a life that is bigger than the life you currently have, when you've come to that place in your life where you have thrown up the white towel of surrender, saying with the masses, I've done the best I can do no better. That may be correct. Now it's time to say, what is the best that can be done? What relationship, what resource can I bring into my life to help me see things from a different perspective, to help model for me a different way of thinking so that I can have greater thoughts leading to greater outcomes rather than being a victim of my circumstance. A thermostat is not reactive. A thermostat is active and engaged and intentional. A thermostat says, this is the temperature. If it gets too hot around me, boom, I'm staying here. If it gets too cold around me, boom, I'm staying here. Thermostat says, I'm not a victim of what's going on around me. I am setting the atmosphere around me. You, my friend, can be that thermostat. You have the power to decide how you're going to show up in this life. Are you going to walk in these 9 incredible attributes? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. You know, if you walk in those, you become a thermostat of the fruit of the Spirit. What does that even mean? This is the evidence of who I am connected to. Are you walking in the opposite of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control? Well, you may be walking in the clutches of an entity or force that you did not realize was behind the simple, subtle things like the news, or like gossip, or like your own limiting beliefs. So if you want to be a thermometer, you don't have to do anything except change with what's going on around you. Let the world change your heart and mind. But if you want to be a victor and not a victim, then you are going to want to let your mind and heart change the world. And how do you do that, my friend? You show up as a thermostat, not as a thermometer. A thermostat, not a thermometer. The choice is yours. God's given you free will. I hope today you choose to use it to set the atmosphere for your life as one that can be observed and followed as an example. Have a great day, guys.